And as always, we're going to be looking for accurate context, good risk management, and always exercising good patience.
Everybody who's traded has gone through periods of time where their strategy hasn't worked.
Where if not a hard stop, you should reevaluate the trades you're in based on time.
That's what we're here for, is to put ourselves in the best success. A trading routine does that, builds that habit, lets you know what to work on, what to reflect on, and what to improve on the next day.
All right, good morning. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Make HOAG Money, the morning session, Thursday, March the 2nd. My name is John Hoagland, Senior Performance Coach here at Top Step. I got a little bit of experience, been around the floor for a long time, and I've been with Top Step since 2011. CFTC disclaimer, very important information. We should all know it. We should know it by heart, and we should love it. Futures does have substantial risk. These are leveraged products. You can lose more than your initial investment. Risk capital is money that you can afford to lose. Only risk capital should be used. One of the reasons we love Top Step, we're going to put the risk capital up for you when you're successful in the trading combine. Past performance is never indicative of future results. This is a live account. You guys are bringing trades to me. We are not suggesting anybody take these trades. As again, there's no performance that is indicative of the future. We are doing everything in this for educational purposes. I'm the only one at risk here. I don't mind it. We got some smart traders here. We're going to find out what's going on today. The rules for Make HOAG Money are simple. We do expect kindness and respect above everything. There's lots of differences of opinion in trading, and it's what makes these markets so good. I'll have a couple of people enabled to talk, but we're all going to be involved in the decisions, at least in the Zoom meeting. You'll be able to vote, but context is always helpful when you're bringing a trade to the table. We're going to use the chat rooms to discuss trade. That's on YouTube as well as in the Zoom meeting. Focusing on the MES for opportunities for now. We're not going to trade just to trade. A very smart trader reminded me of that. We're not going to take losing trades, which is, of course, a joke. We know there's going to be losing trades in trading. It's up to us to manage that risk, move on, and look for the next opportunity. And, of course, feedback on Make HOAG Money is vital. Love to hear your thoughts on it, how we can make it better. If you love it, that's great. If there's something you think we can do better, let me know. Hoagland at topstep.com, JHOAGLAND at topstep.com. Oh, let's get ready to trade. Here's the platform. We know that we are out of balance in several time frames. We're below the February low. We're open with a first question is always usually going to be, do we take the opening range trade? Here is the question. You come up with the answers. We'll see what we think. Good morning, everyone. I've got Scott Saw and JT saying good morning on YouTube. It's good to see you guys. We got Daniel Swapnel, Randolph, William, Robert, and William again saying good morning. Make it better, maybe a little bit longer. Well, that's something we're working on doing as we speak. Love the idea. Love the feedback, William. Thank you very much. Shaw says we should only take the opening range trade to the downside. We got about 70% of people participating so far in the poll. Here's the results, 70 to 30. Looks like we may be looking to take the opening range trade. Who do I have that wants to speak? I have Travis, and we're going to get my brother Randolph in here if he's so inclined. You don't have to, Rick, but love to hear what you have to say. And we're going to see what we can see here this morning.
Hey, good morning, everyone.
First time in Make Hoag Money. Hope you learn. I hope you do too. Again, this is trading micros. I'm the only one at risk suggesting anybody take these trades. These are kind of voted on by the group, and we'll see what we do. We made a little bit yesterday. Let's see what we do today. How you doing, Travis? What's going on?
Hey, well, actually, I'm struggling with my PTSD, so hasn't been great. But very happy to be here as always with my teacher's family. So gives me a little spot of joy.
Good. Well, we're glad you're here. And PTSD, you've been in a forward zone.
Yeah, I'm an Iraq war veteran. I was in the Marine Corps, so we were there for the initial war in 2003 to overthrow Saddam, and then went back again a second time for the Battle of Fallujah, and that's where my PTSD stems from. So,
well, thank you for your service, and
thank you for support.
And that's a tough thing to deal with, and seems from where I sit that you're doing pretty well. We look forward to hearing good things for you and from you.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I got the audio. I've got my speaker up by closer to the microphone now, JT. Hopefully that's going to help.
Mortimer.
Hey, what's up, Randolph? How you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Bachelor.
Yeah, that's right. For 3 weeks, huh?
Two. Maybe
2.
3. We'll see.
Wife playing hooky there?
What's that?
I said, is your wife playing hooky?
She's down with her sister on Scottsdale.
Ah.
Well, we're thinking about, as you know, Rick, our wedding anniversary is March the 16th. We're thinking about coming up and staying at the inn for a couple of nights.
Yeah. That'd be fun.
We'll see. We'll see.
So you're going to take a trade?
Yeah, I mean, I think so. Greg is saying we've got a head and shoulders pattern. Let's see here. We got a couple of minutes here. I think probably on the daily. There it is. Shoulder, head, shoulder. I was looking really at last week's low as the neckline. So if you were to use that as the neckline, it's game on to the downside. Right, Greg?
Yeah, you're right, Keith.
Well, and I was going to say, I agree with Shaw. As far as opening range trade, I only like it to the downside. We certainly could see some upward movement to test some resistance levels, but I don't know how far it'll go.
Well, we've got a
recent. You're kind of in no man's land here, so
yeah.
Well, we just had
I agree. I'd rather sell rallies than.
Okay.
I'd be looking to sell it against that 39.50 area.
Yep, that's exactly where I have my first level is 50, 52, 53, and then up to 63 or 62. And I do want to remind everyone real quick before market opens that that 39.63 or 39.62 to 39.43. I've mentioned a few times that was a range that we were stuck in for quite a while, a few different times. I remember in November, we were there for quite a while. I don't remember if that was the last time we were in that range. But so if we can hold above 43, and again, no surprise that yesterday's low was 43. But if we can maintain above 43, then we might just be stuck in that range, 62 to 43. But eventually I like trying to short the resistance up in that area.
Anybody focusing on that February low? I know a lot of folks are, but anybody here focusing on it?
That wasn't too far from that 50 area, right? Was it 47 or something like that?
Right.
Yeah. So, I mean, that's right there.
Yeah, but you're below it now, so now it's resistance.
Exactly.
We got Ben.
You have some
Ben
support
coming
down
in to
around the
join us.
3900 area, so it's going to might have some scalping opportunities on both ends.
So we've got The opening range here, about $2 so far.
Is that VWAP up there at
38.85, 38. Right here on the 30. So basically 38, 39, 39.
yeah. And you got some lows along there, and you got some highs along there.
Mm-hmm.
So
we're at $4 opening range. $5 opening range. Taking us basically right to VWAP here on the 30.
what are you like going nuts?
Hey, Ben. Did I get you in here? Tried. Here you go, Ben. Okay, so the opening range is established. 33.25.
Good morning. Sorry, I didn't see the ask to join thing.
That's okay. How are you?
Oh, pretty good. Pretty good.
Good. And 38 half. So we are enveloped here into the opening range trade. We got a short below and a long above. Let's see what happens. It's not huge. It's only 5 points.
Yeah, no, it's a nice tight range. We opened right here, 35, which is a key level. I have on my indicators a institutional red dash, which is a very significant support resistance zone. So opening right there, it'll definitely be a key level today as well.
Mm-hmm. Huh. Hey, maybe we'll just stay in the opening range all day.
Right.
Travis, your levels again?
I got 39.50 to 39.63 or 39.62. Sorry, on the upper side.
On the upside.
Oh, and I should say, I mean, yesterday's open was 63.75, so it might get up there. That's the high end, and then on the low end, at first initially looking at support at 39.20 to 39.17, that area.
Okay.
For breaks below that, I do have a level 39.04, so might as well call that 3900, and then ultimately 38.90, which is an area that you mentioned on the prep this morning.
Mm-hmm. We weekly kickoff low there.
Mm-hmm.
Ben, what are you thinking here?
Well, I was trying to get my computer was not. It was asleep. I'd gone somewhere. I came back and it was just, I don't know, it's taking forever because I was wanting to kind of have a market profile minute before the open, but didn't really happen. But as I'm kind of listening to what Travis was talking about, 3,900 or something, that's like 30 some points away. And we got to, the way I'm looking at it is, if we're looking at trades in the HOAG money, if we haven't taken off yet, I mean, the odds of it turning into a trend day diminish as time goes on.
Mm-hmm.
So that's quite a ways away, even though that's not, I mean, that's definitely within a typical day's range.
Probably not during the session though, or the HOAG money session, like you're saying.
Yeah, or at least not, not anything at the moment. I might have place to go for. We have the high right now at 38.
38 quarter.
Yeah,
That's view. Your highs at V.
Yeah.
Highs at VWAP.
Yes, it is.
Okay, so that's a weak high. It's on the VWAP line. It's right on that last TPO's high, and the prior TPO is open drive down, so there's potential above that for it to push through there. We've got more extension on this side of the open, the overnight volume point of control, than we do below it. So we have a lot of higher lows than the swing lows in the overnight, and open's no exception. It's sort of a swing low at the moment. So here we go. So potential, there's no time to vote, but could be a stop entry right here. I don't like it because it's in range. But we do have the potential for a gap close. So I'm personally going to put a one lot on. Well, that's just your opening range high. You're gonna stop into it anyway.
Yeah, we're long.
He's in it now.
Okay, yeah, me too. So we're congruent there.
So John, you went long.
Yeah, we took out the high of the opening range, so we took that stop to the long side.
not talking to you then.
So what I usually will like to do is take the stop on the other side of the opening range and move it a few ticks deeper, so we don't catch the few stops that are inevitably going to be there.
Yeah, I would have shorted it and looked to buy it around 39.30 area. So
You mean you would have shorted it at the high of the session?
I would have shorted a VWAP,
VWAP.
Oh, a
yeah,
VWAP,
he's
yeah,
a
okay.
he's a big VWAP guy.
and I would have given it probably five points for a stop.
for risk.
Yeah, because I knew they're gonna go try to take out the highs and hit
Gap close.
that and look for stops, which they did. And they got. Sorry, John.
No, that's right. Yeah, it happens, man. I'm okay.
Well, like you always say, Hoag, there's a lot of opinions, and that's what makes a good market.
Absolutely. So this is why I moved the stop away. We would have gotten stopped out one tick below the opening range already.
Right.
So we just took out those stops. If that's all they went to go down there to do, we could still be, in good shape here. Because the low of the opening range was 33.50, 33.25. My stop was to get short was at 33 even, but I moved it further away because sometimes they'll just go get those stops below it and then turn around. We don't know what's going to happen. It's not looking real good now, but at least we had the opportunity to continue to participate after they took out those stops just below the opening range. They're coming to get us.
Yeah, and you're right about that, Jason. That can make money, being in different directions and both make money
Mm-hmm.
if you have a good entry.
You're making lower highs too. If you look at the chart on the left.
This short time frame.
Yeah.
Here's the 5.
So, like you said before it opened, Mortimer, that the trend is down.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, we just took a shot.
Yep. No harm in that as long as you limit your risk.
Yeah, and I think we're in pretty good risk limit here. It's legitimate.
You're out.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right, one down.
So you got more in the chamber.
Oh,
All right.
oh yeah, we're good. No worried about it. So your VWAP trade there is the trade to take today.
Mm-hmm.
I don't mind playing that for, not give it a lot of room.
Uh-huh.
What's that purple line down there?
This here,
Yeah.
first standard deviation from VWAP.
All right. You do SMAs or EMAs?
Yeah, I do. Let me see
Or
here.
just can you put the 200 or 150 SMA on there?
Okay, there's the 200.
Yeah. So again, maybe a 50.
Yeah, that's the 200. Let's put a 50 on. I always like the 50 to be blue.
Make it black. I'm kidding.
That's the 100. There's the 50.
Yeah.
And then we'll put 100 on there. Usually I do make it black, but we can't do that because it's a black background. There we go.
Any more news coming out?
Nothing today.
No. No, we have one talking Fed at 3:00. We're left to be in our own minds today.
Another talking Fed. That's another reason to sell rallies.
Right.
It's gonna be hawkish.
So what are you thinking as far as, do you like the move back to VWAP to look for an opportunity? Where is this?
I'd reload.
That's probably moved down by now, right? A little bit.
38 and a quarter.
Yeah. Not much. If you do, I still think that might be a shorter time frame trade. We don't seem to be, like Ben was saying, doesn't seem like we're moving any big trends yet.
Yeah, I mean, if I would have taken the trade, I would have tried to reel it in around 39.30.
So it's not a biggie. Well, I got an order in this to sell it there. Let's vote.
I see that.
Let's vote, and hopefully we get the vote in before it gets a fill. So we got the
So should I vote no?
shorting VWAP and just extending the range a little bit. I mean, I'm not really liking this because if we do take out the high, I think we're going to close the gap.
On the regular trading hours, also at 39.44 is 100 moving average.
39.44.
So it does look like something that's beckoning for a
Mm-hmm.
visit.
Yeah, that'd be another spot to fill the gap too.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we've got a yes for this trade, so 88%. Almost half of you participated.
What's your delta telling you?
It's a good question. Delta is positive 700. Nothing.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not really saying much right now. But I mean, anywhere below February's low, I'm looking for opportunities for shorts.
What is with you, dog?
You're
Paisley's bugging the daylights out of me.
probably missing mom.
Oh, jeez. When I got back from the airport, dropping her off, I got out of the car and let the dogs out, and Paisley must have looked for her for 10 minutes.
I'll bet.
It's a mommy's dog.
Mm-hmm. Fred voted yes, but more out of curiosity than out of confidence.
As long as it's your money, Hope.
Yeah, right. Right. I maybe I was a little bit far away from the mic, guys, folks. If you guys are having trouble hearing me, I was a little far from the mic. This is probably better.
Your voice carries well, John.
Yeah, it's always been a blessing and a curse.
I can turn the speaker off and hear you from here.
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah, William is kind of like, there's nothing really here worth doing. I mean, this is a kind of an anomaly here. I mean, we took the opening range out both sides. We have a very small range right now.
Yeah, maybe just kind of dissecting what's been happening the past couple of days.
Mm-hmm. It's like nobody cares because there's no more information due out. Something I don't really know, but
Get the 8-ball out
right.
or flip a coin.
Bob Rudder says he doesn't like when there's a big move in the overnight whenever we open with a gap. Sometimes I agree with you, Bob, especially, if it's a breakout that I've been waiting for to happen in regular trading hours and it happens in the overnight. That drives me crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Because you can't get in and play?
Right, because I'm not participating from the beginning, and it's always been a challenge for me to try and get into a directional market when it's already in that direction.
Since we're not on the floor anymore, why not make it 24 hours?
What's that?
Why not wait the market's open 24 hours?
Why stop for an hour?
Because you can trade at any time.
I think futures will get there
because it's computerized now. It's not limited by the pit time.
Exactly. Well, I mean, cryptos are 24 hours, so I think futures will eventually make it there.
And Forex too. I mean, Forex is 24 hours, except for of course the weekends. But there's no settlement price. There's nowhere to mark margins in Forex. That's I think
just pick a time and then you reset at that time. But it's just I guess you'd call it what would be the word for it? Like an example or something.
Well, you got to mark the margins to something.
Yeah. That's what I said. Just pick a time.
Yeah.
Based on that time.
In futures,
you don't have to stop the trading.
Right. In futures, I mean, they don't stop the trading after settlement. they keep it going for an hour or two afterwards, so it doesn't really matter.
Metals keep trading.
Yeah, for sure. They're done at 12:30. They close at 4.
Yeah, I know.
Those guys, when that was in the pit, those guys had the life.
Oh,
done at 1:30. Just
that was my first trade ever, standing in there
in the gold pit.
Gold pit, yeah, with Maury Kravitz and Ice and all the crooks
and Zap.
Had I known.
Well, they lost that contract to New York because they were.
Because they were robbing everybody blind.
They didn't give anything to the customers. All right, here we go. Are we going to get filled? Here's VWAP. Come on. There we go. There we go.
All right. See what happens.
I wouldn't hold it too long.
What are we looking for? Like value low, volume value low, 33. Ben, what do you thought? What are your thoughts? I know you'd probably like to just get a fast one in here.
I'm not sure. Let me put it that way.
If you were, where would you take it?
I'd wait till it closes the gap and a little higher, actually. Maybe even yesterday's value area low, or when it comes back out and trades back up against the prior low of the day.
So you like the kind of the overnight trade, the bag inside the range from yesterday and then come out and then short?
Yeah, same kind of idea. Because there's a couple highs above it, and it's just not. I wouldn't expect it to go to the prior low day and just completely turn around. That was it, just one touch.
Mm-hmm.
There's always a little blurry smearing of the lines.
Yeah, it's a little overlap.
Yeah.
Well, it was a lot easier to make money in Vegas. You just put a bunch of money on a number and it hits.
Yeah, just go to the roulette table and play your wife's favorite number and you're good.
That's it. That's all you got to do. Do that every day.
it worked for you.
Yeah.
Okay, this is the 10-minute bar before the go, so this might be see our little push for a minute, hopefully. Well, for me anyway. Yeah, it's tough. Very low confidence. I mean, we've been back and forth with the open like 20 times.
I know. It's like they're trying to make HOAG money boring.
I think a lot of times what happens, is the old art of misdirection, so faking people out, getting people short, and then rolling over on them because it didn't appear to be bigger time frames involved right from the get-go, Just
It's like a chop fest.
yeah, just the guys who have enough money to push the market around and manipulate it.
Yeah.
All right, here's our gap close.
Yep.
Almost.
Okay. So I cheated. I only went in one lot, and then I averaged in the value area low of the overnight. So, I had a median price somewhere in the middle there. Long.
And again, that 43 is the bottom of that big range, and of course yesterday's low, so might see a little drop from here temporarily.
So you were looking at value area high from the overnight, Ben?
No, yesterday's value area low. No, I'm saying, this might be worth a short here, but I think you'd have to risk up above 48.5 because that's the value area low from yesterday. Unless you're just going for a quick bite. But no, I was talking about like that long entry above that at 38 quarter where we went or something like that, 38.5. Anticipating a fake out, I thought, well, I'd average in if it came back down, and that's what I did. And that's kind of worked out a lot for me lately, just anticipating some of the possible games that they play, because that was a fake out breakout,
Now here's our blur with the gap close.
Let me look at the market internals because it's a little, not sure. Well, they're mostly negative, but not overtly so.
Well, I just took a short just on that. I'm probably going to get stopped out, but it's okay.
Well, that is at that 100 moving average. All right, okay, I went short too. I'm short 43.
Nice. Good location.
Yeah,
I was gonna say.
What was that low? That was right here, 47 quarter.
at the Feblo.
Yeah.
Look at the longer term on the left. You got what, 44 is the highs? Well, it's 2 candles up.
Right here.
Yeah. Got lots along there. That range up to that there until it gets to that 39.50 if it breaks out.
Value low from yesterday.
Yeah.
And now we're above VWAP, Rick Randolph.
Yeah.
Got the S1 right at 41.5.
It worked the first time.
I'm out at 41. I'm just going to take the dips down.
Nice trade.
Haven't hit it yet. I'm at that one tick away, just out of reach spot.
They just got you, didn't they?
Yeah. No, not out yet.
Really? Oh, wow.
Still not filled. Come on.
You're in the queue. Oh,
All
there
right.
you go.
Okay, I got it. So I've got my 2 points.
Nicely done.
Thank you. only went in one lot because I thought if it popped again, I was going to average in at a good spot. I've been getting pretty good at doing the math in my head and figuring out what's worth the risk.
Good.
When it gets up there, you can reload.
Kale making money. He's out for 8 points. Greg. Ed and Greg, we got a cast of thousands speaking today. This is cool.
The Motley Crew.
Yeah.
The NASDAQ slipping a little.
So I watched, I had a real good morning pre-market. My cat got me up at like 4 a.m. And I ended up watching that, I shut things down after about an hour. Then I watched that Jared Tender thing about halfway of it.
Oh, yeah.
And, he was really preaching to me from the pulpit, like when it talks about somebody who's consistent and profitable for like days and weeks and all this, and all of a sudden they just go on tilt,
Mm-hmm.
And right now I'm already feeling that's what I like, even taking that first trade. I'm like, because I've had a successful run this morning, but like when I start having too many winners, something changes and I don't see it coming. And then I start doing really stupid stuff, whether it's consciously thinking, oh, it's just, I'm just risking profits I'm in,
Right.
or I just start thinking, oh, I've got it down. I know what I'm doing,
Right. I got it now.
When I feel like I don't know what I'm doing, but then I have a healthy sense of like, let it rip, like it doesn't hold me back. Like I don't know what I'm doing, but I'm not so afraid I don't do anything,
Mm-hmm.
I learned a powerful lesson from, she still is kind of a trading partner, just not on a daily basis. Bless her heart, she just has a different style. She would take none to 3 trades a day in the ES. 3 was a huge day for her. And I just couldn't sit there and watch all the time, I appreciate her selectivity, but it got to be to where when she did take a trade live, especially, palms are sweating and heart palpitations and everything,
Who is this?
This is a trading partner.
Trading partner you've got? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I met her early on in like trading education. She lives in Bogota. She's great. She just has a different style. She's just a lot more conservative, and I'm more of a risk taker.
Morning, gentlemen.
Morning, Greg. How are you?
Hey, I think I could share my screen, Mr. Hoag.
Let's see.
Let's see what I got. Let's see.
Sounds like somebody needs to replace their fire alarm battery. I got out of that short, by the way.
So, took profit?
Yeah.
All right, good job, Hope.
Yeah.
Thought we'd watch and see what Greg's got to show us here.
So when I woke up this morning, right? Y'all can see my screen now?
You got yourself,
got
you woke up this morning and you got yourself a beer?
I did. Yeah. So
Breakfast
I
of
woke up this
Champions.
morning, I was Breakfast of Champions, touche. So
There's your head and shoulders.
right, that's what I was trying to show you, Mr. Hoag.
Okay.
So the reason I seen it visually. So basically, I was just looking at my charts and I'm like, hold up. You know how you could see things? You could just see the patterns by just looking.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, all right, let me just put this pattern and see what happens. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So I used Fibonacci, CCI, RSI to kind of gauge myself to get a feel for where price action is going. But today I decided to shrink the swing high and swing low from the sell off from the open, because remember we spoke about the critical level, right? The month, right? So when I seen the Asian market drop price, I said, hold up. Mr. Hope always says the market is too short. So let's just see how these levels line up, right? So I took the swing high from the sell off of the open. This is about 6 o'clock. This is 18. It's about 6 o'clock, right? Right here. 1800.
6 o'clock Eastern time, right? Eastern?
Eastern time.
Okay.
Correct. I'm
right.
in New York.
Right.
I'm in New York.
Okay.
So when I came to my charts, I seen the three engulfing candles. I was like, damn, I'm late to the party. So I said, you know what? I'm not even gonna join. It's over. The train left me. So now I seen that we made a low around right here about 3 o'clock. That's when the London session opens. So I said, hey, the swing high and swing low has been in place already, right? So I said, okay, cool. Let me make this pattern and see where the neckline is. So if we see our neckline is about the halfway point, right? So if we measure from the neckline down, that's about 20 points. If we project 20 points from
the neckline higher,
where we at? We at the high of the day, right? But we can't assume that yet so far. So I said to myself, all right, here's my critical level, weekly profile low. That's similar to your tea leaves and chicken neck bones, right? So we have confluence at the 618 and the weekly profile high. So now my guard is, all right, if I'm gonna make a trade, I'm gonna take it to this level here. That's a Fibonacci level. Let's respect that level first. If we break out, then we know that the pattern's respected and we could expect to target the swing high from the sell-off from yesterday. So earlier this morning, about 8 o'clock, when the news came out, I noticed the news sold off, but the lows are being respected again. So I made a cheap buy. You know how we say cheap trade.
Sure.
I made my cheap buy, and I put my stop loss underneath the head. Right. So then I wrote it out. So then now, while we was talking, I'm in the trade, I'm listening, that you said, what, the breakout trade was a positive because we closed above the range, right? But then there was a little turbulence, but I decided to hold pat. I'm like, I'm gonna stay honest to the formation. And then we're continuing. But I'm not gonna lie, I sold when we got to the first level of the fib, the 382. I'm out now. But it's kind of cool to see that the trend is continuing to go. You understand? So that's why I wanted to come to the charts.
So we take out that neckline, it could be all to the upside.
Correct. But we have to break the weekly profile low or the major low from yesterday, I believe, right? I forget the exact level, but the market is showing acceptance of higher pricing now. Is that safe to say?
Well, it seems
today.
We say more rejecting of lower pricing.
Correct.
Because we're right at that October low right now.
Yeah, the Feb low.
Here's a trade.
Or Feb low, yeah.
Volume value area low at 39.48.5, and that swing high in the overnight at 47.75. So, you can either wait till it goes in the value area low and the value area and holds, go look for long, or come back out, or even off the touch, go short. I'm gonna short it myself just because I see some divots right there. I'm not gonna wait for it to trade through and come out. So I haven't gotten filled yet, but I'm gonna go in at 47.75.
Got it. Yeah, I mean, this is that October, February low. Why do I keep saying October? Travis.
Oktoberfest, more beer.
Yeah. So this is really close to that potential breakout of the neckline.
Yes, sir. Yo, Mr. Hoag, thank you, man. You know that's a 30-minute bar. I used to be allergic to it. Yo, Mr. Hoag, man, trust me. Don't stop what you're doing, man.
And I'm allergic. I'm allergic to the 1 minute.
I'm out at 45 quarter if it gets it.
This is amazing.
I like his idea of selling it against that 39.50 area.
Yeah. And you said that too, Rudolph. You remember you said 39.50 earlier?
Yeah, somewhere in there.
That's the confluence with the 618.
Yeah, 39.52,
That's
Travis.
Fibonacci.
Yes. From the swing high from the sell-off last night, from the Asian market to the low from today.
Yep.
Between those 2 points we're measuring.
And if you go on the daily and you go follow that back, I mean, the 59.50, I mean, that thing's between that and even, but it's been supportive. It's been resistance and supportive and resistance.
Mm-hmm. A high inflection level. Yep. A lot of interest there.
Yeah. And it's psychological too.
Market memory. Yep.
God knows I'm
775 short down to 45 quarter. So 2.5 points.
You got it?
Yeah, I'd sell it. I agree with Fred. I'd sell it against that. we're
I
probably.
don't think I'm going to go short again right here. I'm just a little nervous now.
But I got a question though. Why would we sell against it if we're showing that we're about to break a neckline? Like psychology wise, I'm not trying to say nobody's wrong though, but it's just like psychology wise. You get what I'm saying?
Can I answer that?
Sure.
Okay, so I love head and shoulder patterns, but the highest risk thing is when you're trying to trade it, breaking the neckline, whether you're long or short. Probably better going short because shorts tend to go, long liquidation seems to be faster than
longs.
Short. Yeah, but
okay,
you're gonna want, many times it's gonna come right back up at or through the neckline a little bit before it resumes the direction.
Okay. And also trade location. You have a better chance of saving money on a trade by putting a position here, correct?
I mean, you run the risk of it running away without you, of course, right?
Okay.
But now I don't know if you just broke your trend line or not, but it's a breakout. Breakouts tend to be fake outs more often than not.
Oh my God, the
No,
golden words there. Golden
I
words.
still thought, I don't know. I'll speak for myself. I can still fall for it.
Oh yeah.
I'd have to see it break out that 39.50 area, and then come back down and retest it.
Test
see if
it.
it holds.
Right.
Exactly.
That'll be my approach. But yeah, it's all right.
So the thing is,
yes, sir.
let me look at a 30-minute bar a second. Hang on, I don't have your screen again. Because I see what you're talking about. Yeah, so it looks like it broke that neckline, right?
Just barely.
Yeah.
Yeah, barely, yes. 39.48.
So the problem with that also when anticipating breakouts is that it makes you blind to the other trades that might be there, which in this case would be a short against the value area low. You've got the volume point of control lower. We've spent, not quite 40 minutes, without coming back up through this distribution to the downside of the overnight. So we were at the extreme of that distribution. And if you look at the bell curve, we were at the very extreme of that. There are reasons to risk that, that's where sellers are going to step in, possibly.
I agree, because if you look at it from just buying and selling, the buyer was in control for about an hour and a half. So it makes sense for some type of resistance to come into play.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. Thank you for sharing that.
You might wonder why, I could have held in that short earlier in the A period, and it, came all the way back to the open. That was real nice. I only took 2 points. Same with this one. I mean, it's come back, and there's potential there, but, and I feel myself, especially when telling people what I'm doing and stuff like this, I start feeling like I'm on stage or something. I got to watch my emotions. That's my biggest downfall, and because it screws up my mind.
The rules keep you honest.
So, I like, eat an elephant one bite at a time, and a point here, 2 points there. Sometimes you get 4 or 5 points, the course of the day or even just a couple hours. That really adds up.
Quick question, real quick. Mr. O, can I share my screen real quick? Just for 2 seconds. I want to show you something.
Yeah.
Well, fellow traders don't judge.
Ben, did you say you eat an elephant one bite at a time?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah. I've never had elephant, but figuratively, I'm learning. I'm eating elephants a lot.
Check this out, Mr. Hogue, real quick.
Yes, sir.
This the tick chart, right? Just zoom this out a little bit. I'm gonna bring up the volume profile. Oh, I'm so sorry. Hold on. Damn it. Bring this up. Let me bring it to the side. Bring up the EMAs and the volume profile for today, right? This is something interesting right now. The red dashed line is the value area high, right? We tested the neckline. We pulled back and tested
value high.
Value area high. Well, we're inside the EMA value. That's 9 and 20. The red is 9. The 20 is blue.
Okay.
As a trader, would you see this as a pullback and purchase under, make a buy within the area and put a stop loss under the value area high? Because now look, this end up being, it could be a potential pullback for continuation to the upside. It's kind of interesting.
I mean, I'm seeing you could. It's a chop fest, so I'm seeing you could scalp both ways.
Right.
But no. Not to go against any party. Just for the respect to price action. You see me making higher lows and higher highs and uptrend. That's all. But you can go both ways, but you got to know when to get out. That's the key thing.
Yeah.
Right. What's the that value area high you're talking about? Is that for the overnight?
No. This is the current session. See 930. This is the current session.
But I call it, okay, IDVA is what I call it, intraday value area. Okay.
Yeah, but like Mr. Hogan, also overall, you can't really put too much weight into a developing value area, right? Because it could fake you out.
Well,
so that's just what's coming.
And it'll move.
Yeah. Oh, and also this is the daily support. This is yesterday's low.
43.
So we have confluence here.
John, you did sell it up there, right?
No, we're.
I'm just busting your chops.
We've got.
Can I show something again?
We got Greg.
Yeah. You can take the screen.
We got Greg putting on a clinic here.
Yeah, man. This is Mr. Hogan. It's all you,
nice
man.
trade, Darren.
Yeah, this is all you. I gotta give the praise to you. You helped me tie it together. Because I got this from you, Mr. Hogan, and I'm reading the book now by Mind Over Markets.
Mind Over Markets, the Bible.
Yeah. Yes. I'm getting into it now.
Excellent.
All right, so this is for you. This is where your breakout point was, because here's the
Yes, sir.
here's your head and shoulder basically, right?
Right.
Here's your neckline, and
Okay.
that's where we went to. Okay, so we'll pull this out. That's just a 15-minute. Hang on, go back to the.
Oh, Darren, you're doing pretty good.
Okay, so hang on, I don't normally use that. How do I undo the erase the
I think that might be my smoke detector.
annotate?
There's a trash bucket where you can clear drawings.
Okay, one more. I'm not seeing a trash bucket. Oh, this is well, forget, it's okay. Let's not worry about it because I'm gonna be on here long. So here's that high right here, today's session. Okay, but if you look at this is imperfect, but in the overnight, here's your bell curve, right?
Double distribution.
Yeah, we were up here, the Gaussian distribution, right? We were up here, and notice that the TPOY is it thins out as well. Let me grab my pointer because I want to pull this back this end. This is the full overnight, and I don't mind these. I don't know how to get rid of them now. I don't know where the trash bucket is, but the this is the yesterday's and the overnight session here. You can right here the value area low, that high. Look at this drop off in volume, right?
Yeah.
So you got to look at it like when this was selling through here. Okay, this was selling through here, raced through here,
fast
right here. Yeah, raced through here. Wasn't even a lot of volume left over from then. When prices come back to here, when the market comes back to here, it's kind of like this. Let's say, well, you got to think of it in terms of buying. It'll be easier. Let's say you were buying a house at $100,000, right?
Right.
You decided to wait. Next thing you know, it's at 130, right? And it keeps going up. Now again, you got to inverse your mind. It keeps going up. When it finally comes back to 100,000, how many people snatch it up because it's back to where they wanted to buy it? Right. So it's the same thing, selling or buying. So it came back in here where it moved through from these prices to these prices really fast.
Quickly.
And so that's why a lot of times I think some of these very low volume areas act as real good places to step in.
Yeah, resistance or support, low volume nodes.
Yeah. So was it worth taking a breakout? I mean, sure, I could have been wrong, man. I was nervous. I've had a good morning. I don't want to give it back. And then I have a problem when I have a really good day. I start risking what I've earned, all to the point where I end up in the hole sometimes, no matter how much I have made. So I get concerned because this could have just gone straight up to the volume point of control. It could have just, closed the gap and come in here and then trade it against the value low, and we could be on our way up to settlement. I mean, you never know, right? Anything can happen. But that volume distribution, and I'm glad you're reading markets, Mind Over Markets, because like I don't know, I could just trade with this chart alone, honestly.
Right.
Yeah, and that's a great point. So you're saying, so because it was a low volume area, that was an easy place for people to jump in and buy.
A likely place. I don't know about easy.
Yeah, likely. Yeah.
One of the dangers is it was also a very visual place. Well, again, like Dalton or other people say that most traders don't know about these things like value area and stuff. I don't know how true that is, but
I mean, it's true because that's exotic information. You got to put the time in to know that. That's very intimate. That gives you your edge. So
we got to stop talking about it.
It's just like having good water, man. Everybody's at the water. Who's drinking? That's it. That's all you can say. That's all you can say.
Right now, the question would be for me: are they accumulating our shorts piling in here, and eventually they're going to crush them, or our longs starting to build positions, and eventually the people who are shorting are going to
right. So in essence, this is a continuation area. So this is where I like to draw my wedge patterns and see which side breaks.
We got
This is
positive
also where I
delta.
think order flow can, the market delta that John looks at, or if you're watching the bid of the ask, the order flow, and look for icebergs and look for who's able to hold it or absorb orders on which side. Sometimes that could be a clue, not a total indication, but a clue as to which way it may take off from.
It's true, because right now for me, like I do the CCI 2020 periods, and we're under the 100 level. So there's nothing going on right here. This is on a 1 minute though. So for me, I wouldn't even step in, because I'm not seeing the strength that I need to jump in. So I think this is the point where, as a trader, you have to figure out what tools you need to understand when to stay honest and when to go. Because this is how you get chopped up, whipsaw.
We have William saying, I'm sure there are no algos out there pushing markets to technical areas to lure retail traders, right? Perish the thought.
The one thing that's about to happen is that I'm not looking at the number, just the size of the bar. It looks like the volume point of control is going to jump to 46.25 in not too many more trades right around here. We're back inside of yesterday's range. Also, B period was open drive, and it also opened in the top third of the TPO, which again could be an indication that there's
buyer control
undercurrents that are pushing this higher.
And we do have positive delta. 4,500.
Who's that speaking now? I want to get your name.
Ben.
That's Ben.
Ben, yeah, Ben. Quick question. I do agree with the short here at this 50 level, or in between the 39.50, because isn't somebody speaking today?
Not until after the market closes.
Oh, okay, that's good then. So we're all to our own.
Yep.
I do agree with a short at 39.50 if we were to make a trade for the rest of the day. I do agree, because if he can't break and close and test, that's showing weakness. Or wait, how would go, Mr. Hope? We're selling strength.
Selling strength.
Selling strength.
Yeah,
Correct.
You want to sell strength and buy weakness.
Buy weakness.
You buy the high, you're buying strength, and you're going to usually have to withstand sometimes a substantial pullback.
Correct. All right. I do agree with that. So if I had to make a play for the day, we'll short 39.50 if we had to leave here.
Well, we do have to leave here in just a few minutes, but great conversation today, though, man. This was a very robust conversation. Thank you all.
Thank you, Mr. Hall, for giving us the opportunity.
And Mortimer, I just shorted it.
Okay.
On ETFs, SH, that's short the.
Got it. All right. We'll see how that plays out for you. We are working on expanding some things here. So those of you that are enjoying this and would like to see it last longer, it's probably going to very soon. I look forward to it.
Thank you, gentlemen. Thank you for giving me the opportunity.
Ben, Greg, Randolph, Travis, thank you for all your thoughts and knowledge today. Thank you all for joining us. Hope you enjoyed it. And we'll see you soon.
Just a quick question, Mr. Holt.
Go for it.
For the prep today, can you go on just spend a little more time on gold and crude oil, if you don't mind?
On the
reflection.
The reflection. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure we're doing the reflection today. Because usually it's the podcast. I'm not sure if we're doing the podcast or what today. Okay. But if that is the case, check it out. And if it's the reflection, of course, we can chat about both.
Okay, no problem, Mr. Hope. Thank you. Take care.
All right. Trade well, everybody. Have a great session.
Yeah, make it a great day.
Trade well, trade smart.
Stick to the rules.
Yep.
Yeah, stick to the rules.